be home and out of New York. That traffic is terrible. I flew up there for a wedding. There's a guy who's going to be taking over Bill Sardi's ministry. Bill Sardi, the genius on nutrition. I performed a wedding for him day before yesterday. All right, anyway, this weekend, and the Singer sewing machine back in the 1800s. The guy was a multi-bazillionaire, sewing. He built a mansion for his daughter that we had the wedding was in and the rehearsal and all. Man, that place is incredible. Did you see the pictures I sent? Yes, I didn't get them ready for tonight, but it's 100 acres. Mansion is unbelievable. Great wedding. They had to spend $20,000 on that wedding. So anyway, that was great. Patrick and his wife off on their honeymoon, and so later, if you have a health issue, we're going to try to really get him going. I spent hours with him, and I can't believe the stuff this guy knows about health and what minerals and vitamins you can take to get rid of an awful lot of health problems. Bill Sardi was a genius at it. One of our board members, I think he was taken out deliberately because he was helping so many people get well without having to spend a lot of money. But anyway, if you want some Patrick's phone number, see me later or call the office, and we'll say, call Patrick when he gets back from his honeymoon and say, I got this health problem. He'll tell you what to take. It's amazing knowledge this guy's got. Anyway, had a great wedding up there for him anyway, in New York. Wonderful couple. Both love the Lord, want to serve him. Let's see, traffic was horrible. We flew into Newark and the Charlotte airport. I couldn't believe that. We landed at Charlotte at gate number, E39, and had to leave out of A2. You got to run about 74 miles. The whole airport. You can have that whole thing. I couldn't believe it. Our luggage still didn't make it. It's a New York coming here. So, okay. We're not going to be doing Exodus 13 tonight. I'm just not ready. It's been a real hectic weekend as I traveled around. The debate tomorrow is with Matthew Farrell again, who calls himself Mr. Anderson. He's actually Matthew Farrell, and an attorney, the guy we did a week ago, I guess, huh? Going to continue the Matthew Farrell debate. He's supposed to provide evidence for evolution. Last time, it took him an hour and a half to tell us his evidence for evolution is cancer cells. Anyway, that'll be tomorrow night. Be sure to tune in. Okay, let's see. Tonight, comments on comments. We're on Rumble, on Odyssey, and Genesis Baptist Church, and a couple other places. I did an interview with Patrick about health and nutrition, like I did with Bill Sardi. We're going to post it on everything except YouTube, because they don't want any competition for another way to get well. Okay, so it won't be on. We'll post that as soon as we get it, probably in a week or so. So keep an eye on that. Okay, the 30th, I forgot to fill in the blanks here. If you'd like to get a dinosaur head, there's a young man, Justin, starting a ministry, a creation ministry, making dinosaurs. Get one for your kid for the bedroom for Christmas or something. Plus, it'll help Justin start his ministry on creation. There's his phone number, 231-303-2488. So he's got all kinds of different dinosaur models like that. So say, Justin, send me a list of what you got, and he'll make you one for your kid's bedroom or something for Christmas, if you like dinosaurs. We got several broken down washers and dryers. We need somebody to come help. If you're good with this kind of stuff, come down, spend a couple days, and just fix them. Or if you can fix power tools. Our shop guys do a great job of trying to keep things organized. On the left is, other than the dust, they're power tools ready to go, except the ones on the right, we got a bunch of broken ones. I fixed all these things in my life. The switches go bad, the brushes. Usually it's something simple. I just don't have time. I'd rather focus on the ministry. So if you want to help us out, please do that. Okay, tonight, comments on comments, questions and answers. I had several, I've said quite a few times in my seminar, people say, could the earth ever be flooded? I said, well, theoretically, one drop of water would cover the earth. And the atheists make fun of that. Was it AJ or who was it? I'm not sure who it was. Different people said, Hovind's crazy. One drop of water can't cover the earth. Come on, Hovind. Atheists scoff at me for saying one drop of water could cover the earth. I said, if you spread it real thin. Go back and listen to what I've said. I've said that many times, and it's true. How many molecules and atoms in a drop of water? Science notes. Let's see. The average water droplet, can you believe there's all sizes of water droplets, okay? But somebody decided we better set an average, okay? The average water droplet is 0.05 milliliters. There are over 1.5 sextillion molecules in a drop of water? 5 sextillion atoms in that same drop. Sextillion. Million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, quintillion, sextillion. You got the number 1,000 and 6 sets of zeros. Sextillion means 6, okay? So there's how many atoms, molecules, in a drop of water. Let's see. The Earth has 196,940,400 square miles of total surface area, land and water. As most websites indicate, some websites say 196 million, 197 million, okay. Multiply by 5,280 feet in a mile squared, and you get the square feet. There are million, billion, 5.45 quadrillion square feet of Earth. Okay? I know these numbers are big, but let me just do the math here for you. If we take the number of molecules in one drop of water, divided by how many square feet of Earth there is, let's see, there is molecules, I got them backwards here. Let's round it off to 5.5, okay, from 5.49 is we'll round it off to 5. I'll give them the benefit, I'll give you more land, okay, to cover. 5.5 square feet of Earth, okay. We divide, knock off the numbers, reduce the number, knock off all the zeros, and you end up with 15 million molecules for every 55 square feet. That would be 272,727.3 molecules per square foot. This is one drop of water spread over the whole Earth. Follow me, AJ. I know it's hard for you to pay attention, but listen. 272,000 molecules per square foot. Let's see. 3 weeks ago, an image that is 100 pixels wide and in 1 square inch, the printer must be capable of 400 to 600 dots per inch to reproduce the image. Fittingly, 600 dots per inch, is now typical output of an entry-level laser printer. 600 dots per inch, DPI. That's 86,000 dots per square foot. That's considered pretty good quality printing. 86,000 dots per square foot. Let's see, if there are 272,000 molecules per square foot, that would be 3 times more than a printer printing 600 DPI. Every square foot of land, one drop of water spread real thin, almost 273,000 molecules. So I think some of you need to issue a retraction. This is where you say, I'm sorry, Hovind was right. I retract my statement. Do you think any of them are going to do that? No, they won't do that. Instead, they go on to something else, okay? But I'm right. You're wrong, okay? One drop of water would cover the Earth if you spread it real thin. Isn't that what I said? And would it? Yeah, okay. I need an apology from some of you atheists, okay? An expression of regret or remorse for your actions and for lying about me. Let's see. How deep is the ocean? Average depth of the ocean, 12,000 feet. Pretty deep. That's the average depth. Some spots are real deep. At the edge, people say, how deep is your lake? At the edge, 0. In the middle, it varies, 10, 12 feet, okay? So Earth's volume is pretty big, okay? A lot of, we don't care about that. So the depth of the ocean, let's see, if the Earth were a smooth ball, and it is round, by the way, it would have a radius of X number of kilometers, and so the depth of the ocean would be 2.7 kilometers average. This is compared to the current 3.68 kilometers. Well, I know how to work in kilometers, but I prefer working in feet. I'm going to hang on. I'm going to be the last one to give up this American standard system, okay? A smooth Earth would have about 9,000 feet or 1.7 miles of water covering it. If the Earth were just smoothed out, push down all the mountains, smooth everything out, almost about 1.7 miles covering the whole Earth. People say, the Earth could never flood in Noah's flood. There's enough water out there in the oceans right now to cover the Earth 1.7 miles deep. That's enough to drown in. Yeah. Yes, skeptics, there's plenty of water on Earth for Noah's flood. Now, Plenty of water out there. Can water be compressed into a solid? Ah, naked scientist. Got to be embarrassing going to work. Let's see. Can water be compressed into a solid? Let's see. What do they say about this? We've had an email question from Jim Irvine, who wants to know if you can compress water into a solid. Obviously, you can turn water to a solid by taking the heat away, freezing it. Answer is yes, you can. You need a ridiculous amount of force, but it's possible. When this happens, a different form of ice is formed called ice 4. Totally different kind of ice. Just by squeezing it really hard, you change it from a liquid to a solid, which is a different crystal structure of conventional ice. Let's see. What do they say here? If the ice forms a different crystal structure that doesn't have a larger volume, see, normally when you freeze water, it expands 12% to turn to ice, which is why you can put ice in a jar or water in a jar, put it in the freezer, and it'll explode all over the freezer. Don't do that, kids, okay? You have to have a 2 gigapascals of pressure. That's about 20,000 atmospheres. 1 atmosphere is how much it's pushing on you now, 15 pounds per square inch. You have to have 20,000 times that much to change the water to a solid. This is not to compress it into a dot. This is only to change it from a liquid to a solid. 20 kilometers, twice as deep as the deepest parts of the ocean. So probably not. According to the Big Bang Theory, all the matter in the universe erupted from a singularity. So you guys don't think a drop of water could cover the earth, but you do think all the water in all the oceans and the earth and all the other planets and the sun and all the stars fit in a dot. Brilliant. Water cannot be compressed into a dot. I'll give you $100 if you can compress 1 cup of water into a dot smaller than a period. But you pick on me saying a drop of water could cover the earth, and it could. And you are so stupid, you think the whole ocean was fit into a dot. What is the Big Bang Theory? Whoa, let's see. The basics of the theory are simple. The Big Bang hypothesis states that all the current and past matter in the universe, would that include all the oceans? Yeah. Would that include this cup of water here? Yep, okay. Would that include all of our lakes out here? Oh, yeah. All the trees, all the mountains, everything, okay? All the matter, past and present, came into existence at the same time 13.8 billion years ago. At this time, all matter was compacted into a very small ball with infinite density and intense heat, called a singularity. Suddenly, the singularity began expanding, and the universe as we know it began. Physics.org, a peer-reviewed journal. Okay, let's see. Did the universe start smaller than an atom? Time, space, and matter all began with the Big Bang in a fraction of a second. The universe grew from smaller than a single atom. Now, wait. Does that include all the oceans? You can't compress water like that, guys. This whole theory is so stupid. I don't know how anybody with a functioning brain cell can believe this junk. All the matter in the universe, all the cars on the highway, including the highways, all the mountains, everything, all the planets, stars, everything squeezed into a dot, smaller than an atom. Wow. Let's see. It kept growing at a fantastic rate, still expanding today. Oh, yeah. Let's see. The universe at the earliest stages we can ascribe a size to would be no smaller than roughly the size of a human being. Well, that's bigger than a dot, but still, you couldn't squeeze the Pacific Ocean into a dot area smaller than a human being. Oh, brother. Used to be smaller than a soccer ball. Oh, okay. The Big Bang was the moment 13.8 billion years ago when the universe began as a tiny, dense fireball that exploded. Whoa. It's got to be true. American Museum of Natural History said it. Hey, peer-reviewed, got to be true. All the oceans fit in a dot, even though you can't compress water into a solid. You can get it into a solid, but you can't get it into a dot. Okay. And they called it an explosion. They're going to get fired. Okay. What was before the Big Bang? 13.7 billion years ago, the entire universe existed as a singularity. a point smaller than a subatomic particle. That's even smaller than a dot. Man. According to the Big Bang Theory, that's it. That's the theory. Big Bang. Here we go. What do they say? What happened at the Big Bang? Right here. The cosmos goes through a superfast inflation, expanding from the size of an atom to that of a grapefruit in a tiny. So wait. Everything, all the Pacific Ocean, Lake Michigan, everything fit into a dot small, the size of an atom. And you guys really, really believe this junk? What is the Big Bang Theory? Simply put, universe started as an infinitely dense point that inflated and stretched. Wow. Single point. What is the Big Bang? NASA.gov. Let's see. The Big Bang is how astronomers explain the way the universe began. The idea that the universe began as just a single point. How did the universe begin? Oh, Museum of Natural History. Here we go. A fireball that exploded. How can you be so stupid to believe the Big Bang? You are retarded. Tell your mama I called you stupid, okay? If you believe the Big Bang, you're dumb, real dumb. You got it? Psychologists revealed the 3 different types of stupidity. There's different kinds. That some people say 7. Let's see. Hope you start a dialogue on a very important topic. The topic is stupid. Hope you watch the video and comment with your thoughts. I think the cost of stupid on our institutions is becoming overwhelming. How much has stupid cost for cars being wrecked on the highway? I like to watch, idiots on forklifts, idiots with power tools, idiots with chainsaws, idiots on ladders, idiots on the highway. Stupid is very expensive. How many of you have ever done something stupid that cost you a whole bunch? Okay, come on now. Put your hand up, Billy. Okay, let's see. So stupid. You guys believe the whole universe fit into a dot, and you scoff at me for claiming a drop of water could cover the earth, which it could, but you think all the drops of water in the world fit into an atom. I would like to help you, but I can't fix stupid. You guys who believe the Big Bang, I'm calling all of you stupid, okay? Mommy said I shouldn't do that, but Mommy's in heaven now looking down saying, okay, son, there's no other word for it. You're stupid. Okay, they're stupid. I'm trying to stop being mean, but it's like y'all have to stop being stupid first. We need to get a shirt like that, okay? So I'm sorry. You guys that believe this junk are crazy. They say, well, most people believe in the Big Bang. Well, does majority opinion prove something? What if it's in a peer-reviewed journal? Does that prove it's true? Now, stop and think. Is the majority opinion in China proof that communism is good? Would you agree that the majority of Chinese at least claim, oh, communism is good? That smart man, Xi Jinping, oh, he's a smart guy, yeah, good guy. Do the majority at least believe that on the surface? Does that make it true? How many articles critical of communism are published in peer-reviewed journals in China? Huh? How many? Like those dad jokes. The guy sits around with their coffee cup, telling the dad joke. He said, well, I was in China for a few weeks on a job over there. The guy said, how'd you like it? He said, I can't complain. Yeah, it's the truth. I can't complain. Is the majority opinion in Iran proof that Islam is good? Are there any demonstrations against their leader over there? Would it be okay to have a rally against President Trump? Oh, man, yeah. Is it okay to have a rally against Ayatollah Khamenei? Oh, you better not do that. How many articles critical of Muhammad are published in peer-reviewed journals in Iran? How many do you think? Show me one. You know what happens if you go against their prophet Muhammad? Yeah, they take your head off. Behead those who insult Islam. How many articles are published against evolution in peer-reviewed journals? We're free in America. Oh, you think so? Yeah. Was majority opinion in Germany proof that Hitler was good? 55 million Germans followed him. How many articles critical of Hitler are published in peer-reviewed journals in Germany, World War II? They outlawed the opposition. If you didn't agree with Hitler, you'd be arrested and probably never heard from again, die in a gulag somewhere. Hitler's early measures against, he called them enemies of the state. And you atheists think I'm an enemy of science, don't you? When you are stupid for believing in the Big Bang and you're stupid for believing in evolution. You're just plain stupid. There's no kind way to say it. I wish there was. I'm trying to wake you up. It's stupid to believe you're related to a strawberry, Dave. That's stupid. You're not related to a strawberry. This whole evolution theory is dumb. Brother Meister, is there a better word I should be using besides stupid? That covers it pretty good? That's the nicest word I can use. Okay. Okay, anyway, more questions, brother. Put them up there. What other questions we got? Or if some of you atheists want to come in and defend your Big Bang Theory after I called you stupid, come on. There are many stars that are 1 billion light years away. That means they were created at least 1 billion years ago. Stop right there. No, it does not. There's a car being made in Detroit right now that is, how many, 1,500 miles away, whatever it is from here. It would take me probably, 10 hours to 15 hours to drive there. Probably take me 7 weeks or months to walk there. Does that mean the car was made 7 months ago because it's that far away? How does distance equate to time? Stop and think. Let me get the starlight question up here from seminar part 7. Alt F open. Seminar part 7. I cover this on my video number 7. If you get my seminar series, $50 for the whole thing. 18 hours long. Give me just a minute here to get, there you go. How do we see the light from the stars if they're billions of light years away? Michael, it does not equal time, okay? I'll show you. Come on here, it's opening up. Part 7 has, let's see, almost 2,700 slides in it, so it takes a while to open all that up. And computers all happen by chance. Nobody made the computer. Yeah. Okay, how do we see the stars? Is it on this one? Yep, there we go. Stars. No, over here. Stars. How can we see stars billions of light years away if the universe is 6,000 years old? A fair question. But I'm going to answer it. God said 17 times in the Bible, he stretched out the heavens. He stretched out the heavens. Thou art thou, Lord alone. Thou hast made the heaven of heavens. God claims he made it, okay? Astronomers have observed about every 30 years a star dies or explodes, called a nova. If it's a big one, they call it a supernova, okay? A star blowing up. They've never seen one form. They only see stars blow up every 30 years. If the universe is billions of years old, how come there have less than 300 supernovas have been identified? This was 20 years ago. By the way, my Dr. Dino coffee cup got broken. Somebody gave me one from North Carolina. Okay, so maybe they found 400 supernovas now, but it's not millions. And it's the opposite of what you need. They're not forming, okay? Supernova occurs every 50 years. Stars blow up. Stars explode. They explode. Supernova. You can go back and Google it yourself. 3 or 4 reliable supernovas in our galaxy. Stars are blowing up. How many supernovas have we observed? 3 or 4. Let's see. Stars actually did. So we're seeing stars blow up. We're not seeing them form. If stars evolve, star births should at least equal star deaths. But nobody's ever seen a star form. There's a bunch of stars out there. There should be 9.6 million stars forming per minute for 13 billion years to make all the stars we have. And by the way, where's the material for the star coming from? Was it squeezed in that dot? When you can't squeeze a cup of water into a dot? If you believe stars form from a dot, you are stupid. I'm just going to start using that name. My mama's gone up in heaven now. She's up there saying, okay, son, you can use it now. I'm gone. And you're right. It is stupid, okay? Let's see. To answer your question, though, stars being born. No, the silent embarrassment of astrophysics is we don't know how a single one of these stars managed to form. See, that was, 35 years ago. I bet they still don't know. You can make up a story if you want, but we've never seen it happen. Stars forming. So let's get to the question. How we see the distance to the stars. God counts the number of the stars. He gives names to all of them, it says in Psalm 147. Everyone's got a name. No problem for God. Heaven, the water that be above the heaven, that's a different story. I won't get off on that track on that one. There's enough stars that are known that every individual on earth could own 11 trillion of them to yourself. That's a lot of stars. The heavens declare the glory of God. The firmament showeth his handiwork. When I consider the heavens, you ought to say, wow, God, you are amazing. I go up on the sand dune and look at the stars and just say, God, why do you even consider us down here? We're nothing. Thank you for loving us, Lord. Thank you. So, telescopes, let's see. Continuous viewing, 1/30th size of the full moon, about the size of a grain of sand held at arm's length. They stared at it for 10 days with the telescope. And they said there are more stars in that dot than could be counted. Take a grain of sand at arm's length, look at that size dot, and it contains more stars than you can count. And you think it all came from a dot, like an atom. Stupid. Look at me. If you believe that, you're stupid. Okay? I'll debate you any day on that one. They're stupid to believe all them stars fit in a dot. Stars are so far away, they appear to be just pinpoints of light. So how do we tell the difference of the stars? The color basically is the main thing. Stephen Hawking said that. Here you go. How do you find the measure of the distance to a star? Well, using trigonometry, called parallax trigonometry, I'll show you in a minute. If you know one side or two angles, you can calculate the rest of the triangle. I taught trig for years, okay? If you don't know this distance, use sine, cosine, tangent. Okay, you can find, if you know the distance, you have to know at least one side of the triangle. What's the biggest distance we can get? Well, if Joseph is, 30 feet away, if he and I were both looking at the back wall, and I draw a line to a dot on the back wall and a line to Joseph, and he draws the line, and we can make an imaginary triangle, measure this angle here, I could calculate the distance to the back wall, probably within a couple inches, just with a simple, let's see, protractor. My wife got me one, okay? Simple protractor from the Dollar General or Dollar Colonel or whatever it is, okay? So you can calculate. It's not complicated to do, but you have to know one distance. So the furthest you can get away from anybody on Earth is 8,000 miles, because that's the diameter of the Earth, about 8,000 miles. The furthest I could get away from somebody would be right over here, Pacific Ocean. That ain't going to do no good. Indian Ocean, okay? That's the furthest I can get away is 8,000 miles. So if I'm looking at a star, and this guy's looking at the same star, we want to measure the angle. How are you going to tell that angle through the Earth? That's another interesting story with any precision. So they use what's called parallax. If you hold your thumb out, close one eye, hold your thumb under a book on the shelf. Then close the other eye, and you'll see it look like your thumb moved. Actually, you're making a little triangle. So with parallax trigonometry, you can look at a star and look at the star again 6 months later when you've gone halfway around the Earth. 8,000-mile diameter of the Earth. That's the furthest you can get. Compared to billions of years, that's nothing for a triangle. So instead, they get a bigger base of the triangle. 93 million miles to the sun, roughly. That's about 8 light minutes. It takes light 8 minutes from the sun to get to the Earth. So the diameter of this big circle we go around is 16 light minutes. Sounds simple, except the whole thing is also moving through the galaxy, which makes it a whole lot more complicated. Well, let's just assume it's stationary. Make it easy on you, okay? Okay, 16 light minutes. Now watch this now. A year has 525,000 minutes in it. Earth's orbit around the sun is 16 light minutes. So that little dot I drew is way too big, but I had to make it big enough to see, to represent Earth's orbit. That's not the Earth, that's the orbit of the Earth, okay? Stay with me now. So if we get two telescopes 16 inches apart, we're going to change these light minutes into inches. 16 inches apart, that's Earth's orbit around the sun. 525,000 inches away, that's 8 1/3 miles. That's what it takes to measure one light year. One. That's a pretty skinny triangle, wouldn't you say? Okay. Can you tell exactly where you were 6 months ago? I don't think so. Okay. I think they're kind of whistling Dixie, whistling in the dark here. Earth's orbit around the sun is 16 light minutes across. A year's got 525.9 thousand minutes in it. So 1 year light triangle has an angle at the apex way out there of 0.017 degrees. That's a skinny triangle. To measure the distance to a star 100 light years away, they must measure an angle of 0.00017 degrees. That's like two surveyors being 16 inches apart, both looking at a dot 830 miles away. But they don't know it's 830 miles away. They got to figure out how far away is that dot. Let's get two guys on the roof in Pensacola, and let's look at both of them looking at a dot in Chicago. And all they know is we're 16 inches apart, and how much out of parallel are our telescopes? If they're both looking at a dot 830 miles away, how far skewed are their telescopes? Not much. Okay. Can you measure that? Measuring a distance 15 billion light years is impossible with parallax trigonometry. How do we tell the distance to stars? Google it. Limitations of distant measurements using stellar parallax. Parallax angles of less than 0.01 arcseconds are very difficult to measure from the Earth because of the effects of the Earth's atmosphere. Well, that complicates it even more, atmospheric twinkle. This limits the Earth-based telescopes to measuring distances to stars about 100 parseconds away. Okay, that's 326 light years. So they're claiming they can measure stars 326 light years away. Maybe they can. I wouldn't argue about it. So then they take that near star to try to calculate to another star, again using parallax trigonometry. Parallax can be used to determine distance to nearby stars. The method of measuring distance to stars works for stars within 100 light years. Most stars are so far away that their positions from both sides of the Earth's orbit seem to be the same. In other words, you can't see a parallax shift, okay? Measuring stars less than 100 light years. Astronomers estimate the distance to nearby objects in space by using a method called stellar parallax or trigonometric parallax, okay? Simply put, they measure a star's apparent movement against the background of more distant stars. Sounds great, but it's limited to a couple hundred light years. Keep that in mind. Downloaded a couple years ago, parallax to the distant stars. I got it, okay? Baseline, 2 astronomical units, or 16 light minutes. How are astronomers able to measure how far away a star is? First technique uses triangulation parallax. But again, they're limited. This one says 400 light years. Okay, I'll give them 400. That's different than 15 billion. Now, Congress doesn't understand the difference between 400 and 15 billion. They think it's the same, you know. To them, we're going to spend $400 or 15 billion. Oh, well, no big deal. Okay, let's see. I think it's a stretch to say we can accurately measure the distance to the closest star. Proxima Centauri, our closest star, is 268,770 astronomical units away. Are you listening? They can measure 1 astronomical unit has a real skinny angle. This is our closest star, 268,000 astronomical units. I don't think you can even measure that accurately, okay? So accuracy will enable SIM to determine, this is the new telescope they made back 20 years ago, to 10% accuracy out to a distance of 482,000 million miles. That's an improvement of several hundred times. Wow, so in 2004, 20 years ago, they improved it several hundred times, and it got up to 82,000 light years. Well, it still doesn't get up to 15 billion light years. And I think the whole thing's quite a stretch, okay? Let's see. The Milky Way is estimated to be 100,000 light years across. So this new telescope could now measure 82% of the distance across our own galaxy, and we're in it, okay? You think you can measure the distance to these other places? I don't give it that. I call that a stretch. So this is how they do it with parallax trigonometry. The other way they try is with the red shift. We'll get into the red shift some other time. Take me another half hour on that one. But my point is, we don't know how far away the stars are for sure. I'm not saying they're not that far away. They might be. They probably are, okay? Scientists estimate the universe 13.7 billion years old. Based on the measurement of radiation left over from the Big Bang, about 156 billion light years wide. Now, wait. If the universe is 156 billion light years wide, how did the stars get out there in 13 billion years? You mean they had to go 12 times faster than the speed of light? The star, you're going to move a star, not just the light, the star itself, the mass has to move faster than the speed of light. You guys are insane. 11 times faster than the speed of light. There it is. I did the math on it, okay? Okay, so here's my answer to your question. Let's see, right here. They measure with luminosity. That one looks a little brighter than the other one. Oh, it must be closer. Yeah. Let's see, a Hubble telescope. Let's see. Here's the things to consider. You can't measure distances beyond 100 light years accurately. No one knows what light is. We don't know that it always travels the same speed through time, space, and matter. What's the theory behind a black hole? It captures the light, slows the light down. Can light be slowed down? Let's see. They slowed light down to 38 miles an hour at Harvard University 20 years ago. They slowed the light down? Yeah. Dallas Morning News. They have now slowed light down to 1 mile an hour. What do you do with it? Okay. Here they slowed it down to a dead stop. They stopped the light and then let it go. Well, so a simple question. Is the speed of light a constant? Harvard, Smithsonian did all this with the speed of light. We have succeeded in holding a light pulse still without taking all the energy from it. Okay. I don't know what good that does, but scientists claim they've broken the ultimate speed barrier, the speed of light. Let's see. They got a particle up to 300 times the normal velocity, 386,000 miles per second. Well, running it through cesium gas at Princeton. All right. During the last 300 years, 164 separate measurements of the speed of light have been published. 16 different techniques were used. The speed of light has apparently decreased so rapidly that experimental error cannot explain it. Well, if the speed of light is decreasing, like the spin of the Earth is decreasing and the distance to the moon is, the moon is leaving us, the sun is burning up, everything's falling apart. Even light seems to be slowing down. They can't explain. The speed of light is decreasing. Here's the measured speed of light down through the last, since 1870. We measured the speed of light. We did it in our physics class in high school with rotating mirrors and a laser in the hallway. You can get a rough estimate of the speed of light, okay? So if the speed of light is slowing, let's see. The speed of light was 10 billion times faster at time zero. Astrophysics magazine, 30 years ago. No physical law prevents anything from exceeding the speed of light. In 2 published experiments, the speed of light was exceeded by a factor of 100. 25 years ago. So the Big Bang Theory obviously has matter going faster than the speed of light. So how are you going to measure, how are you going to take the distance a star is away and the speed of light and use that as some kind of math and say that's the age of the universe? Stop and think. Shocking possibility is the speed of light might change in time during the life of the universe. Speed of light may have changed over history. Nothing's reliable, not even the speed of light. Time-varying speed of light could provide a solution to the well-known cosmological puzzles. 25 years ago, they knew about this. A decaying speed of light. It would only be possible for light to cross from one side to the other if it traveled much faster than today, moments after the universe was created. Let's see, it could have been traveling 186,000 miles a second multiplied by a figure with 70 zeros after it. Now that's fast, okay? As you get closer to the Big Bang, the speed of light approaches infinity. Physics' speed of light may not be constant, physicists say. Why no one has measured the speed of light. The speed of light is not about light. Article on PBS. Cosmic uncertainty. Is the speed of light really constant? Is a variable speed of light? There's a lot of stuff on this on the internet. Was the speed of light faster at the beginning? Apparently. Einstein thought it was. They don't make things like they used to. Speed of light. Anyway, we could go all day on this, but I will stand by my guns and say, I don't think we know the distance to the stars, but that doesn't matter. They could be trillions of light years away. That has nothing to do with the age of the universe. Can you follow that? Okay? Faster than the speed of light. There's some articles about it if you want to read it, newscientist.com. Faster than the speed of light. Speed of light, one of the most sacrosanct of the physical constants, may have been lower 2 billion years ago. Is the speed of light constant? Getting things to go faster than the speed of light. It's been known for 20 years. The speed of light is not a constant. I think the creation was finished when God made it. He made the earth, he stretched out the stars to where they are, and Adam and Eve would see the taillights of the stars as they're being stretched out, and they might be that far away. But nothing, it could have been done yesterday, okay? Jesus made wine out of grapes that never existed, aged in time that never was. How old was Adam when God made him? 0. How old did he look? 70. Perfect age. He didn't make 2 babies in the Garden of Eden and hand them a package of seeds and say, plant these quick, you're going to need supper. It had to be a full-grown, mature creation. That would include the stars already showing. It's a mature creation, made that way. A light year is a distance, it's not a time. The speed of light is not proven to be consistent. Why would star distance have anything to do with the age of the universe? It doesn't. It's like I said, we can find absolute ages by comparing a star's color and brightness with those in the stellar evolution model. Wait. We create a model and we compare the stars to our model, and that's by the color. And that's supposed to tell their age? What? Everyone is asking how the light got from the star to here. You're asking the wrong question. God said 17 times he stretched out the heavens. He stretched out the heavens. Really, the question is, how did the star get from here to there? Not how did the light get from there to here. Got it backwards. So I talk about redshift on video number 7 if you want a whole lot more on that, what the redshift and parallax, all that stuff. Okay, other questions? Brother, bring it up. Sorry about that, taking so long.
All right. This is almost in the same vein.
I'm confused. As a Christian, I believe in the Big Bang. Well, then, yes, you are correct. You're confused. God spoke and bang, it happened. Okay, now that I would agree. From my understanding, the Big Bang is just a description of the expansion of the universe, right? Oh, no. They're trying to get rid of God. They're saying all the matter in the universe was in a dot the size of an atom, and there's no God involved. Time, space, and matter created themselves. My Bible says God created time, space, and matter. In the beginning, there's time. God created the heaven, there's space, and the earth, matter. Time, space, matter. By the way, they got to come into existence in that order. You got to have time, then space, then matter. If you had matter before there was space, where would you put it? Anyway, different story. Okay, what's the next one? And the hosts of them. Could this have been a creation of angels? I think it is, or just all the stars. It's a tough, I don't know if you can get dogmatic on that one verse. The host could be all the stars or all the angels. He made them all. He made everything in 6 days, so all same time. All right, good question. Kent, you should use the word nincompoop. Would that apply to stupidity or just doing dumb actions? And I don't know. I'll Google that, okay? Correction question for Kent. Do you think is referred to as God of fortresses in Daniel 11? Who do you think is referred? Oh, the God of the fortresses. Good question. Let me do some study on that before I give him an answer. There's 4 or 5 opinions on that. The God of fortresses. Don't know right now. Okay? Marcus, why are you idolizing dinosaurs? Now, doesn't that question have a built-in assumption? Why are elephants orange? Can you answer that? There's an assumption in the question. I don't idolize dinosaurs. I'm sick and tired of the devil using dinosaurs, God's creatures, to teach evolution. I'm using dinosaurs to teach creation. I'm not idolizing dinosaurs. What do you mean, idolizing dinosaurs? No, I'm not. Jose, or Jose or something. There's no such thing as outer space. Kent, you're a very smart man, but you're missing this one completely. Everything NASA tells us is a lie. Oh, no, not everything NASA tells us, okay? We live on a flat, non-rotating Earth. There is no outer space. Well, you're on a different planet than I'm on. Okay? Okay, good enough. We've gone plenty long enough. All right, sorry. Tomorrow night, the debate right here at 7 o'clock. It'll also be on Standing for Truth, and this time against the lawyer again, who is Matthew Farrell. Does he comment under his Matthew Farrell name?
I don't know.
I've seen the name before. I don't remember where.
I've never heard of it.
Anyway, but he calls himself, because AJ interviewed him, Atheist Jr., said, what's your name? He said, Mr. Anderson. Well, that would be lying in my book, I think. My name is Kent Hovind. Okay, Google that. Watch your computer meltdown. All right, any more questions?